Vermont is one of the most iconic fall foliage destinations in the world, and for a good reason. From iconic covered bridges and storybook towns to stunning scenic drives and the best cider mills, Vermont has something for everyone. In this video, I'll take you through some of the most incredible places to visit in Vermont in fall, as well as share some hidden gems, history, and at the end, some insider travel tips. Now, if you asked me which town in Vermont completely embodies what fall in New England is supposed to look like, I would tell you it's Stowe, which is our first stop. This is the one that ends up on everyone's bucket list, and honestly, it deserves every single bit of the hype. This place feels like stepping into a Hallmark movie, and the small downtown is incredibly walkable and photogenic. Make sure to spend some time just wandering around. There's so many great things to do in the Stowe area during fall. I recommend exploring some nearby covered bridges. My favorites include Red Covered Bridge, which is so beautiful, and Goldbrook Covered Bridge, which is said to be haunted. If you're looking for one of my personal favorite cider mills in all of New England, head to Hollow Cider Mill. This place can get incredibly busy, but I always stop by because the treats you can get here are just too good. Finally, if you're looking for somewhere to stay, check out the Von Trapp Lodge. Yes, like the Von Trapps from The Sound of Music, this place is wonderful and you can visit here to explore the grounds, even if you aren't staying at the hotel. Stowe is such an adorable small town to explore, and it's a must visit. Most people think that Vermont fall foliage means crowded tourist locations, but this spot in the Northeast Kingdom looks like nothing else in the state. Our next stop is Lake Willoughby, which is a glacial lake stretching 5 miles long and dropping over 300 feet deep. In the fall, these cliff faces are completely wrapped in color, reflecting straight down into the deep blue water below, and the combination looks so striking that you honestly can't believe your eyes. You can go hiking here, enjoy the beach with incredible views, or drive Route 5A, which hugs the eastern shore of this beautiful lake. Lake Willoughby is rural, quiet, and definitely off the tourist trail. Apple picking is a classic autumn activity in Vermont, which brings us to spot number 3, Burt's Apple Orchard, located in Cabot, and this place is the real deal. I love this spot, it's locally owned and had a great family-friendly atmosphere. You can go apple picking, choose your own pumpkin, and of course, my favorite, get some apple cider and cider donuts. When you're done at the orchard, head just up the road to check out the historic A.M. Foster Covered Bridge, and then drive the nearby Bailey Hazen Road, which is short but covered in unforgettable foliage. No Vermont fall list would be complete without mentioning the town of Woodstock, and honestly, there's a reason this place shows up everywhere. Woodstock might just be the most picturesque town in all of New England, and it's home to a walkable downtown with a covered bridge right in the heart that you can explore. I highly recommend getting maple donuts at Farmer and the Bell, and if you're looking for somewhere to stay in town, the Woodstock Inn and Resort is the quintessential New England hotel. While you're in the area, head just outside of town to On the Edge Farm. The pies here are out of this world. One honest heads up, this is not a hidden gem. Woodstock is one of the most popular fall destinations in New England. It gets extremely crowded and books out months in advance. Okay, so let's say you want a small town in Vermont that actually is underrated. I would tell you to head to Barton, a charming small town in Vermont's Northeast Kingdom that feels completely untouched by tourism. I love that Barton is located along this beautiful lake, and while you're in the area, you must get a maple creamy from Sweet Scoops. You won't regret it. The landscape surrounding this town is gorgeous. You can get lost just driving around and admiring the stunning fall foliage. Just 30 minutes away from Barton, we will come to another cute small town known as Island Pond. This tiny town sits on the edge of a lake that it's named after and has a quiet, almost forgotten quality that feels like a world away from the more touristy parts of Vermont, and that is entirely the point. You can easily combine Island Pond and Barton with Lake Willoughby that I mentioned earlier for a great day out enjoying fall foliage in Vermont's Northeast Kingdom. If you're enjoying this list, you may love my interactive New England map where I have pinned over 500 of my favorite fall suggestions across the area with lots of recommendations for Vermont, and I'll drop it in the description below. Next up is Smugglers Notch, which is a dramatic mountain pass winding through massive ancient boulders that tower on both sides of the road, creating one of the most spectacular and unique drives in all of New England. In the fall, this spot is easily one of the more famous drives in Vermont. It's tight and single lane in sections, but the foliage is pretty amazing. While you're in the area, don't forget to take the gondola up Mount Mansfield for unforgettable views. Number 8 is the Vermont Country Deli, located in the southern part of the state and totally worth a stop. This is not your average deli, it is a beloved local institution known for hearty home-style food that's perfect for a fall road trip. Their baked goods are amazing, but you'll really want to come here for their famous mac and cheese. It is so good. When you're done at the deli, head less than 15 minutes away to the Madam Sherri Forest, where you can see some incredible ruins in the woods. This place is amazing, but I do want to note that it's right over the border in New Hampshire. It's not located in Vermont, but it's so cool and close to the deli, I just had to include it. The Mad River Valley is one of the most scenic stretches in all of Vermont in fall, and the town of Waitsfield sits right in the heart of it. This small town doesn't get nearly enough credit for how beautiful it is, located right along the Mad River and home to the most picturesque covered bridge. While you're in the area, I highly recommend driving the Appalachian Gap, which is a high mountain pass that offers breathtaking views of the Mad River Valley below. During the drive, you can even pull over at Mad River Glen and ride the only single-chair ski lift left in Vermont, which is open on select fall weekends. I recommend driving all the way through the Appalachian Gap and on the west side of the mountains, heading to Yates Family Orchard. This is a great local spot where you can go apple picking and enjoy some tasty cider donuts on a crisp fall day. What if I told you that some of the best fall foliage in Vermont isn't at a viewpoint or a popular town, it's a remote area that most people drive by? Darling Hill Road is located in northern Vermont and is easily one of the most scenic back roads in the entire state that you must put on your list. Next up is Nichols Ledge, which is a short but steep hike that has a big payoff at the end, located in central Vermont. I love this hike because although it's steep, it's only about 0.6 miles, so it doesn't take long before you're rewarded with one of the most incredible views in the state. Our final fall foliage stop is Lake Elmore, which is not very touristy and pretty quiet, but beautiful nonetheless. This is a great stop if you're looking to see lakefront foliage, and while you're in town, don't forget to stop at Elmore Store, which is a local general store with sweeping views. Now it's time for my travel tips for visiting Vermont in the fall, and I recommend that you do not skip this section. It's filled with extremely important information that could make or break your visit. My first tip is that timing is everything, and this is one of those things that often leaves people very disappointed. Vermont fall foliage often begins in the end of September and early October in the northern part of the state and at higher elevations, then gradually moves south and into the valleys through mid-October. The last thing I would want you to do is plan a trip to visit Stowe for the end of October. This is usually when all of the foliage will be past peak, as this location is best visited during early to mid-October. If you arrive on time and everything still doesn't look great, don't be afraid to drive. I have stayed in Stowe, which was experiencing muted and not very good foliage one year, and spent every day taking day trips to the surrounding area, like the Northeast Kingdom, where the leaves were looking much better and more vibrant. Check online foliage calendars and predictions in advance of your trip, keep an open mind, and stay flexible during your visit. Next, I highly recommend booking accommodations early. This is super important as fall is high season for Vermont and everything sells out or is very expensive. I suggest starting to look at where you want to stay at least 3 to 6 months in advance of your trip. This is particularly important if you're looking to stay in popular towns such as Woodstock or Stowe. If you wait until the last minute, you'll be staying in more rural areas and at a much higher cost than if you book well in advance. My third tip is to understand that weekends during fall are going to be extremely crowded. Traffic and crowds can be pretty insane during peak season weekends, and places like Hollow Cider Mill, Smugglers Notch, and downtown Stowe and Woodstock are going to be insanely busy. This is particularly important if you're planning to visit Vermont during the October 3-day holiday weekend. I recommend carving out some time on weekends to explore some of the hidden gems and less touristy spots that I've mentioned on this list so you aren't caught in the crowds. If you do still choose to visit the popular places, pack your patience and be prepared to wait. Up next, download Google Maps offline or bring a paper map. Many areas in Vermont are quite remote and phone service is spotty at best and at many times non-existent, so downloading Google Maps offline or using a paper map of the state is a great way to ensure that you are always able to find your way back to phone service. Finally, pack layers and be prepared for weather changes. A lot of people underestimate the weather in Vermont, but it can shift dramatically in a single day, going from warm and sunny to super cold in the evening. One year in Vermont, the weather was 45 degrees Fahrenheit, and then the next year, for the same week, the temperature was in the 80s. I recommend packing layers and not packing only for super warm or super cold, as the weather does change a lot. It's better to be flexible and prepared for anything. And that wraps up our guide to visiting Vermont in the fall. Whether you're chasing the iconic charm of Stowe and Woodstock or venturing off the beaten path into the Northeast Kingdom, Vermont will not disappoint. If I missed anything, don't forget to leave a comment, and please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and I'll see you next time.